is presented by 5 Hour Energy. Winter weather has made its mark in Ames, Iowa today. That's exactly what Kansas State would like to do. Make the first mark on Iowa State's home record. It's the Wildcats and Cyclones on ESPN. You know who that man is. Dean Wade has missed the last 6 games, but the preseason pick for Big 12 Player of the Year returns today and in the starting lineup. We welcome you courtside at Hilton Coliseum alongside the former All-American Robbie Hummel. I'm Chucky Kemp. Robbie, I'll keep it simple. What kind of an impact can Dean Wade have for this team?
Well, he gives this offense some life here, and we're going to see Dean Wade, a guy that can score both inside and out, a huge part of this team, the preseason Player of the Year in the Big 12 Conference, so getting him back for a team that struggled to score, absolutely huge for Kansas State.
Can certainly take some pressure off some of these guys, like Barry Brown, who was huge against West Virginia.
Barry Brown had a monster night, 29 points, gets to the free throw line 12 times. Love to see him get to the rim with reckless abandon, creating offense off his defense. And on the flip side of things, he's going to be matched up with that man right there, Marial Shayok, who has really acclimated himself well here in Ames. The Virginia transfer coming off a monster last 2 games. Huge stretch, 21 points, 67% from the field, and 85% from 3. Should be a fun matchup to watch right there.
Those are Robbie Hummel numbers from Marial Shayok. We're ready to go in Ames. Dean Wade controls the tip for Kansas State. Here comes Kamau Stokes. Kansas State coming off a huge win over West Virginia. Trying to get on the board early. Dean Wade back in the starting lineup for the Wildcats. Here's Barry Brown.
Should be a fun one to watch. The freshman Taylor Horton-Tucker going to try to check Dean Wade. Expect Wade to take him inside and try to put him on the block with that size mismatch.
2 to shoot. Mayween doesn't know it. Shot clock violation.
Well, you know Kansas State going to play at a slow pace, but McCall Mayween has to have better awareness there. No idea that the shot clock was coming down.
Bruce Weber, year 7 for Kansas State. 11-4 this season, 1-2 in the Big 12. Nick Weiler-Babb, one of the seniors for Iowa State. Jacobson skip pass, Halliburton. Jacobson looking for help. Tough shot, no good. Xavier Sneed pulls it down. K-State going to push it.
And this should be a fun one. You got Iowa State's offense taking on Kansas State's defense. The best offense against maybe arguably the best defense in the conference. So we'll see who prevails in that type of matchup.
Big shot from Stokes early on. 3-0 K-State.
Miles Stokes hasn't exactly shot the basketball great last 2 games, just 25% from 3, but as anyone that watches Big 12 basketball knows, he can get hot.
So can that man, Shayok, with his first shot of the game. We talked about this defense of K-State. What do they have to do with all these weapons for Iowa State? Is it just stick to what they know, or do something change against a team this talented?
No, you stick with your principles. They're an elite defensive unit, and they do such a good job of helping one another, especially off the drive. But transition defense breakdown there, and incredibly fortunate that Nick Weiler-Babb doesn't make them pay.
Here comes Stokes. Dean Wade posting up on Weiler-Babb, asking for it. Wade going to work. Tough shot. Yeah, no, couldn't get the roll.
Nice job there of staying down by Nick Weiler-Babb, not allowing Dean Wade to face up and shoot it, make him put it on the floor and make a move.
Back to Shayok, wide open. No good. K-State's second in the Big 12 in points allowed, under 60 a game. They have been spectacular. Top half in most defensive categories this season in the Big 12 Conference. Sneed bounce pass to Mayween. He gets an easy layup inside.
That's a great look. Great 2-man action there. Xavier Sneed finding the big fella. McCall Mayween rolling right to the rim. Kansas State needs him to be more consistent. Been a little bit all over the place this year. A guy that can score the basketball, just needs to bring it every night.
Mayween played just 6 minutes against West Virginia. He didn't score. He fouled out. Horton-Tucker, tough floater.
He has been struggling shooting the basketball, but against Baylor, last 5 minutes of that game, 8 points, gets himself going. We'll see Can the freshman get back on track? Having an outstanding freshman season. Just a little slow the last 2 games.
Brown flips it over to Stokes. Contested 3. No good from Stokes. Rebound Horton Tucker. Going to work on Dean Wade. Extra pass. Did Shayok touch it? He did. Steve Prohm, year 4. Prohm starting to get to that point in time where this is all of his guys. I mean, no more Fred Hoiberg holdovers on this Iowa State team. And this looks like a team that can get back to the NCAA tournament.
Absolutely. And you look at what they've done. Start the first month of the season, you're missing 84 starts and 44 points a game, whether it's due to suspensions or injury. But this freshman class that he's put together here in Ames this season, outstanding.
Shayok to Weiler-Babb. Halliburton could have went into the corner to Horton Tucker. Good find to Jacobson. Snead got it at the rim, though. That's going to be goaltending. Decent start for Kansas State, 7-6. It was an epic comeback on Wednesday against West Virginia. More on that when we return in Ames. Kansas State needed one on Wednesday. It was a dreadful start for the Wildcats, but Barry Brown and company put it together in the end. They started down 20-3 out of the gates. The lead was 15 at halftime, but a 17-0 run in the second half. You see Dean Wade giving them the words of encouragement. It worked because Barry Brown took over.
He was outstanding, and Barry Brown told these guys at half, you don't think we can win, don't bother coming out for the second half. You see the response they had, led by Barry Brown, also Mike McGurl having a monster performance, career high 18 points against the Mountaineers.
You see the quote from McGurl there, exactly what you said. If you don't think you can win, don't bother coming back out trying to get in this game. Don't step on the court. They said they needed it. There was a team meeting last year. They lost the game to West Virginia on Monday. A few days later, Saturday, they lost at Texas Tech. Got beat pretty bad. They came home on Sunday. Barry Brown called a team meeting, players only. They said they went in, they watched film, Barry Brown led it, and then they went and practiced, and Barry Brown led it. That is just a special talent. One on the shot clock. Snead, I don't think he got it off. Another shot clock violation.
That makes 2 of those early in this game. Kansas State trying to get into their offense, running some single screening action on the baseline. Iowa State doing an outstanding job staying with those Kansas State shooters. Nothing there for Kansas State. Good that they've got 7 points here through 5 minutes of play, but slow starts has been an issue for them over the last couple games.
Halliburton slashing back out to Shayok. 8 to shoot. Weiler-Babb turnover. Here comes Snead. Levi Stockard now in for Dean Wade, and that's kind of what we expected. Don't expect Wade to have a full workload yet. McGurl almost lost it. Stokes. Stokes makes a nice move. No good. That'll be Iowa State basketball.
Well, for a team that sometimes struggles to score the ball, that's one where Kamal Stokes has to go right to the rim and finish strong right there. That's it. You kind of flip it up, finger roll. And you see right there, they've had issues to start games. You know this Kansas State team is always going to defend. The question is, can they get enough offense, especially against a high-powered offensive unit like Iowa State?
Certainly a better start today than what they've been dealing with, having to dig out of massive holes. Lindell Wigginton now in for Iowa State. Talk about abundance of riches with Lindell Wigginton coming off the bench for the Cyclones. Snead mid-range. That's a big shot for Xavier Snead.
Yes, it is. A guy that sometimes defers, especially to Barry Brown. Kamal Stokes right there. Pretty good transition defense by the Cyclones. Xavier Snead just goes and makes a tough shot.
Shayok bumped by McGurl going to the lane. Lindell Wigginton sophomore, another Canadian on this Iowa State team. 5 in the last 10 years for Iowa State. Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. He's played for Team Canada. And really, Trey Young's out on Oklahoma last year. He's the Big 12 Freshman of the Year.
And obviously has dealt with the foot injury early in the season. He's played 5 games this year. Hasn't gotten on track in terms of shooting the basketball. Last year, 40% from downtown. This year, a little bit of a slow start trying to get back into a rhythm, but a dynamic scorer and a guy that you know at this level in the Big 12 can really score the ball.
Dean Wade back in. They're going to feed the big man. Here goes Wade out to Barry Brown. Mid-range from Brown. Wade pulls down the rebound. That's where his biggest impact has been early on. That's his 3rd rebound. Has not yet taken a shot. Wants it down low as Weiler Babb. McGurl. Batted away by Jacobson, and he steals it. Horton Tucker puts his head down. No good. Here comes McGurl. Brown into the lane. Oh, that was just great defense.
Great contest. Both teams trying to feel each other out here on the offensive end of the floor. A little bit of a slow start for both teams. And Hilton Coliseum not going to like that call. Iowa State getting out in transition. Mariel Shayok, Mike McGurl. Yeah, there's a reason they're not going to like that call. McGurl definitely still moving. Should have been a block. Tough call from Mariel Shayok.
For Iowa State, we get to see the big man, the freshman George Condit, the 4th. 6'10" freshman from Chicago, Illinois.
Kansas State going to test him early. Go right at the freshman. A good shot blocker, but McCall Mayween definitely has a physical advantage right there. Really smart basketball, Kansas State, to go right at the freshman.
Mayween has 4 early on. Wigginton pulls up. Off the mark. Back to Mayween. Little mid-range jumper. Jada pulls down the rebound. Great hustle.
Those are the types of plays Cartier Jada has to make. Not shooting the basketball real well right now. Last year, much better. And again, Kansas State getting to the rim and unable to finish, coming away empty with points there.
Wade had the rebound, but had it torn away. His 4th of the game. It's 11-6. Good start for K-State on the road in Ames.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by 5-Hour Energy Shots. Get back to 100%.
Cyclone can do a little bit of everything here in Ames. Coming up 2 Eastern over on ESPN. Saturday Showcase rolls on with Zion Williamson, number 1 Duke in Tallahassee, to take on the number 13 Knowles in a sonic blockbuster. Blue Devils have won 6 of the last 7 against the Seminoles. Also watch it on the ESPN app. These two are fun to watch. There's a lot of talk about Zion Williamson. I'm a big fan of him, but man, RJ Barrett's special too.
Both really good players, obviously, and going to be interesting to see. Today, probably Duke's first real road test. Going into hostile territory in Tallahassee. Should be a fun one.
Good one so far here in Ames. Halliburton, tough shot, got it.
Tyrese Halliburton has been on fire. 64% from downtown his last 3 games. Pretty good defense, good contest. Just does not matter. The freshman has been unconscious.
Almost a steal, Mayween, a bad pass. Wade stays in for K-State. Into Mayween. Mayween dropped it. Here comes Halliburton. Weiler Babb. For that last Halliburton made 3. Iowa State was 0 for 5 to start. Hadn't scored in over 4 minutes. Weiler Babb wide open. Got it.
Just an outstanding decision. Tyrese Halliburton, back-to-back plays. Could have taken a contested three. Decides to drive. Finds Nick Weiler-Babb wide open in the corner.
Here come the Cyclone faithful. To Wade. Mid-range. Dean Wade can't get a roll right now. Inside, the freshman Condit.
Nick Weiler-Babb looking like an NFL quarterback, throwing this before it's there. George Condit turns right at the right time, hits him right in the hands. Outstanding pass by Nick Weiler-Babb. And here we're going to see the Tyrese Halliburton three in the corner. Help side defense has to suck in due to the pick and roll. Pretty good closeout there by Kamal Stokes, but just better offense.
Iowa State today is without Cameron Lard, so that's possibly where the minutes for George Condit come in. He didn't play against Baylor. It's a 9-0 run for Iowa State.
It seems like, Chucky, the thought around this program is George Condit's going to be a guy that can really help this team down the road. Obviously known for his shot blocking ability. It's like he needs a year or two in the weight room and will definitely be a presence in the Big 12 Conference.
2 to shoot. Stokes pull up 3. Stokes knocks it down.
Well, that's a heck of an answer from Kamal Stokes and something that this Wildcat team needs. This guy's making individual plays. Iowa State pretty good defense there. Kamal Stokes wanted making something out of nothing.
Now Stokes leads everyone with 6.
This Marial Shayok Xavier Sneed matchup is intriguing as well. Two real physical guards. They'll be going at each other all afternoon.
Weiler-Babb fouled going to the lane. Iowa State, a team that can really put the ball in the hoop in a lot of different ways. 6 guys with at least 8.5 points per game. Wigginton still getting back in his groove. This is a dangerous team.
Yes, it is. And we talked about how many injuries and guys have missed time for this Cyclone team, and the freshman really stepping up to the plate. Steve Prohm having his potentially his deepest team here in Ames in his tenure. They've really gotten off to a nice start. The win over Kansas and a disappointing loss against Baylor, but that's life in this conference. You go on the road and there are no easy nights. Stokes
looking for his 3rd. Cartier-Jada with another offensive rebound. They have numbers. Got to get it inside. Stockard fouled. Got it.
We talked about it, Chucky. Cartier-Jada has not shot the basketball well this season for Kansas State, but you want to tell your coach you want more minutes, go and make plays like that. Go and get on the offensive glass. Kamal Stokes gets another open look, and what should be a defensive rebound for Nick Weiler-Babb. Cartier-Jada has other ideas. Finds Levi Stockard, who has had his issues here. West Virginia game, 17 minutes, no points, no rebounds. But Jada getting him going early here.
Kansas State back in front, a little full court pressure here from the Wildcats.
They've been really active defensively. Barry Brown getting his hands on the basketball there.
Zoran Talley Jr. in. Him and Wigginton run into each other. Not a good start to this possession. Wigginton directing traffic and just threw it away. Tried to chase it down. The miscommunication right now.
I mean, that possession was doomed from the start. You saw Zoran Talley, Lindell Wigginton run into each other, and it just never got off the ground.
Just threw it right out of bounds. Thought Shayok was going to come out and grab it. Stokes trying to come off a screen and get open. Barry Brown. Back to Jada. Fouled before Condit had the chance to smash it. And that'll take us to a break. K-State up 2 over Iowa State.
Adnan Burke alongside LaFonso Ellis, Louisville, UNC over on ESPN. And how about Steve Enoch here, Fonz?
Yeah, the UConn transfer has broken the hearts of the UConn faithful, and he's breaking the hearts of North Carolina right now.
Right now,
it's in the first half.
You're right, 25-16 right now for the Cardinals. Also, Oklahoma State and West Virginia tie game right now. That's over on ESPNU. Back to Chucky and Robbie.
Thank you, Adnan. That's a big game for Oklahoma State and West Virginia. Certainly, Kansas State's upcoming schedule. If they don't get that win on Wednesday, Robbie, against West Virginia, they could have really started to slide. This is just a grueling schedule.
That was certainly a must-win and a great comeback at home. But you look right there, the road does not get any easier. Obviously today, Hilton Coliseum, a tough place to play. Then you go to Oklahoma, TCU at home, and Texas Tech. So if you're Bruce Weber's team, you're thinking that's a great win against West Virginia, but stealing one here at Iowa State would be absolutely monster.
It's a quick 8-0 run for the Wildcats, and they're back on top by 4. Iowa State's first possession after that disaster we saw a few moments ago. Horton Tucker, 5 to shoot. Wigginton. Corner, Halliburton, blocked by Snead. Taken away by Jota. They'll call it a shot clock violation. K-State had an easy bucket at the other end. That's the one thing, you looked at Halliburton's shot, that's probably the one negative. It's easier to be blocked.
Certainly is a set shot, kind of shoots it from his shoulder. That's an elite closeout by Xavier Snead. That is big time. Talk about covering some ground. You know, you talked about that prior possession for Iowa State. You have to remember, this Iowa State team a lot of the time is going to play 2 and 3 freshmen on the floor, along with guys that have not been able to practice maybe or play due to injury. So still trying to figure some stuff out, even though they've played extremely well early in the season.
Air ball from Snead. You could definitely say Wigginton still getting back into the swing of things. Injured in the first game, was coming off an injury. Injured in the first game of the season.
Last year, he was one of the most dynamic scorers in this conference. Led all freshman points per game at 16. You get him back in the swing of things, and you have to think good things going to be happening here in Ames.
Offensive foul on Horton Tucker. It's his first foul of the game. This season, Cameron Lard missed 7 games with a suspension. He's out today with an ankle injury. Zoran Talley also suspended. Wigginton, 10 misses. Solomon Young. We talked about the depth they didn't have last year. They've become, when they're healthy, one of the deepest teams in the league this year. Stokes got it from 3.
That's just an outstanding screen by Levi Stocker. Laying wood, freeing up your shooter. Kamal Stokes coming off that screen hard, finding himself wide open, rising and firing.
Halliburton from the corner again, bangs it home.
Well, he is playing with so much confidence on the offensive end of the floor. Having an outstanding freshman year, leads the conference in minutes, steals, and assist to turnover ratio. And most importantly, 3-point percentage.
Absolutely. Top 5 in the nation in assist to turnover ratio as a freshman. Stokes to Brown. Jota.
Isn't it funny, Chucky, how you make a couple plays and then all of a sudden you get an open 3 and that basket just looks a little bit bigger.
This is a team coming off a 50-point second half against West Virginia. Jota, a guy who last year shot 40% from threes, at 24 this season. Turnover. Barry Brown hustles it across half court. Oh, that's a bad pass. Now here comes Iowa State. Jacobson trailing. Halliburton, oh my goodness. Stokes fouled, and he'll go to the line for 3 shots. Number 1 Duke and number 7 Kansas highlight our big Monday doubleheader on ESPN. Zion and the Blue Devils host the Orange at Cameron Indoor, 7 Eastern. Then off to Allen Fieldhouse we go. The Longhorns and Jayhawks. Both games also on the ESPN app. You can watch them anywhere. Robbie, that last play from Halliburton, who just picked up his second foul, those are the kind of things that have the NBA scouts starting to turn their heads for this kid.
And we talked about him shooting the basketball, but really a playmaker. And you see he's averaging 4 assists a game. Has been outstanding. Start of the season here and also today. A big loss for Steve Prohm's club, having to have him go to the bench probably for the remaining 5 minutes of the half.
This is where the depth for Iowa State comes into play as Stokes knocks down all 3. They have not been a great free throw percentage team, 62.5 on the season. Largest lead of the game for K-State. Horton Tucker inside. Jada goes up, a lot of contact. Foul is going to go against Horton Tucker on the rebound.
And I thought Cartier Jada did a nice job there going straight up. The rule of verticality going up, contesting Taylor Horton Tucker's shot. Here you see getting to the rim, loves that spin move. And there's Jada. Yep, that's a good no call there. Great defense by Kansas State.
That's the second on Horton Tucker. He'll stay in for now. They will send Terrence Lewis to the table. A foul on this end.
The crowd appreciates that one. Mike McGurl going over the back. Dean Wade just looking a little bit out of sync, which is to be expected. Always hard as a player coming back from injury. You're trying to get your wind back, get your rhythm back. And for him, you have to think, just feels great to get back on the floor. You see Mike McGurl come over the back there.
That was McGurl's second, so he has to go off. Sean Neal Williams, Shayok trying to get this offense going for Iowa State. Stays at this end. Bobby, this isn't quite the Iowa State offensive production we've seen. Their percentages aren't terrible, but what do they need to change offensively?
Well, they've done some good things. You look at that last shot there from Mariel Shayok. That's good offense. It's a good shot. Xavier Sneed trying to cheat the screen, going over the top. Shayok fades to the corner, gets a great look, just doesn't knock it down.
Weiler-Babb, nice take. He'll be fouled on his way to the hoop. 2 shots for Nick Weiler-Babb coming up.
Nick Weiler-Babb, one of the best point guards in all of the Big 12. Last year, he was having a terrific season, averaging 11, 7, and 7 when he was ruled out for the remainder of the season. Do a little bit of everything. It's a great mid-range game, finds his teammates, runs the show, has a real mature feel. Cyclone fans obviously remember his brother, Chris Babb, started at Penn State. Really good shooter. But Nick Weiler-Babb, a guy that can play all facets of the floor.
Brown on the left wing. Dean Wade working for the basketball. Wade going to work. Sneed. Baseline, tough shot. Can't get the roll. Foul goes against Weiler-Babb, his first, and that'll take us to a break. Kansas State up 6.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Phillips 66, proud sponsor of Big 12 basketball.
In Ames, Iowa today, Kansas State off to a good start with a lot of help from Kamau Stokes. 12 points. He leads the way for them.
He has been outstanding. Has gotten it going from downtown. 3 of 5 from 3 today. Coming into this game, last 2, just shooting 25% from 3, looking extremely confident. It's been a nice spark for this Kansas State offense.
Stokes stays on the sideline for now. Sean Neal Williams out there with 2 fouls. They got to roll the dice with somebody that's in foul trouble, though, so they elect to leave McGurl off. Neal Williams is the one that will play with 2. Terrence Lewis in for Horton Tucker for the Cyclones. Xavier Sneed, a junior from St. Louis, Missouri. First miss at the line for Kansas State today, 6 of 7, now 7 of 8. Foul's going to go against Jada. His first foul.
I would think here Steve Prohm might run something for Marial Shayok to kind of get him going. Just 3 shot attempts here in the first half, 2 points. Such a talented scorer. A guy that's going to be a pro. Has the body, good defender, can really score the basketball.
Terrence Lewis, 5 to shoot. Weiler Babb pulls up. Rebound, Dean Wade.
You see right there, Nick Weiler-Babb, elite with that pull-up jumper. Does not go there, but the ability to stop on a dime, keep that defense off balance, really impressive.
Wade, top of the key.
Nice job by Michael Jacobson there, opening up for that back screen, taking away the lob for Cartier Jada.
Wade out to Xavier Sneed, right back to Dean Wade. 3 to shoot. Barry Brown looks up, sees it. Brown pulls up, contested 3. Brown splashes it home.
I mean, if you're Iowa State, you just cannot guard any better than that. That's Barry Brown making an incredibly tough shot. Kansas State, really bad spacing on that possession. Barry Brown just hitting a tough 3.
Foul against Sean Neal Williams, his 3rd.
This Iowa State defense locked in on this possession. Better offense, though. There you see it. Bad spacing. Barry Brown into the shot clock. Good contest by Lindell Wigginton. Does not matter. This Kansas State offense has come to play today. 47% from the field, 55 from 3. They've continued that offensive explosion they had against West Virginia.
Wigginton no good on the front end of the 1-and-1. K-State looking to build on a double-digit lead going to half. Kamau Stokes. Stockard couldn't keep it alive. Out to Shayok on the break. Shayok drops it off for Lewis. A lot of contact underneath. Rebound Jada. K-State has numbers. Brown keeps it. Rebound Jada.
They are letting them play today.
No kidding.
Goodness.
A lot of bodies on the floor.
Yes,
Those 2 trips to not have a whistle. 6 to shoot. Jada puts his head down. Really tough shot. Stockard rebounds. Jada corner. Scrum on the floor, and it'll be Iowa State basketball.
These last couple possessions aren't going to win an award for pretty basketball. Bodies flying everywhere. Here, Marial Shayok in transition. I mean, that's got to be something. It's either a block or a charge. You can argue for both, but that's got to be a call.
Yeah.
Tons of contact there.
Coming up at halftime, the E-Trade halftime report. Talking a little ACC hoops, some ranked matchups there, a preview of Duke, Florida State, and then nice matchup in the Big 12 going on right now. Oklahoma State and West Virginia, both teams looking for a big win. Bounce pass to Shayok, good look from Wigginton.
And that's what makes him so dangerous. He's so good off the ball, an active cutter. Basketball coming at you. Shayok does a great job cutting back door, stealing points with an easy layup.
McGurl inside, no. Jacobson, the foul. I think it's going to go against McGurl. This is big. This is going to be his 3rd.
Lindell Wigginton maybe hasn't shot the ball great today, just 0 of 2 from the field, but how about this pass? As a defender, you got to understand that ball's coming at me. Got to have a sense that my guy's probably cutting back door. Mike McGurl getting burned there. Nice cut though, Mariel Shayok, and a great delivery from Lindell Wigginton.
Go to the free throw line at the other end. 1-1 for Michael Jacobson, a 66.2% free throw shooter. Hits the first one. Jacobson, a redshirt junior, transfer from Nebraska, sat out last season after 2 years with the Huskers.
It's going to be interesting, Chucky, the way these officials ref this game going forward. So far, it's definitely favored Kansas State. They've let them play. It's been a physical battle. Not a lot of whistles.
K-State 0 for their last 4. Quick 4-0 run for Iowa State. Jada trying to change it, and he does.
He has been outstanding today on both ends of the floor. Knocking down a monster 3, quieting this crowd. Iowa State going to have the last possession here. Have to think Lindell Wigginton just going to create. We'll see pick and roll. Michael Jacobson coming.
Wigginton trying to splits the D. Jacobson 3 off the mark. Still 2 seconds. Jada heaves one up from 3/4 court. It'll be short. And we'll go to the break with the Wildcats up by 9. A great start for Kansas State on the road in Ames. Iowa State missed 4 of their last 6. Halftime score 35-26. Adnan, Seth, and LaFonso coming up on the E-Trade Halftime Report.
#1 Duke has a rising star.
Hold up, let me get up in it now. I'm here to win it now.
But the Seminoles are issuing a no-fly zone in Tallahassee. #1 Duke, number 13 Florida State. Saturday at 2 on ESPN.
Welcome back to Saturday Showcase, presented by 5 Hour Energy in Ames, Iowa. Kansas State leading the Cyclones 35-26. It's a good start for Kansas State out of the gate, something they haven't been doing as of late. He's Robbie Hummel. I'm Chucky Kemp. Robbie, the offense started going. Not just one guy, Stokes was really good, but as a whole, we start to see some confidence from them.
Absolutely. They shot the 3 well, which always going to help when you're making shots, but they got after it on the offensive glass. 7 offensive rebounds. And how about the bench? 11 bench points. We thought coming in Iowa State, the deeper team. Not today. Kansas State's bench has come to play, led by Cartier Jada.
And they were led by Stokes. He knocked down a lot of threes.
Well, he has been outstanding. 3 of 6 from downtown, 12 points. And like we said, Kansas State hot from 3, 6 of 11. We'll see, can they keep up that pace shooting the basketball for Iowa State? Tyrese Halliburton continuing as a freshman to be outstanding. Knocked down 2 threes, but more importantly, his playmaking. There you see him finding Michael Jacobson on the break. Really an impressive freshman. We'll see Mariel Shayok, tough first half. 4 points, 2 of 5 from the field. The Big 12's leading scorer. We'll see, can they get him going?
Kansas State, look at the numbers there. The rebounding category belongs to them, +6, and the bench points, like you said, +8. Stokes looking for Wade. Wade had fallen down a little bit.
Yeah, he had him. Stokes came off that screen really hard. Forced the defender to have to jump out at him to keep him from shooting the basketball. Dean Wade open, but falls down right before the pass is made.
Here is Shayok. Tyler Babb.
Xavier Sneed doing a nice job shadowing Mariel Shayok. No easy looks so far.
Weiler Babb into Jacobson working on Mayween. Blocked it. Just took it right into Mayween's hand. Stokes, nice feed to Mayween. Had Wade outside, went to his left hand instead.
Right there, McCall Mayween doing a great job of gathering. Makes that catch. The help defense is there. Takes his time, makes a nice move, and gets to the left hand.
Largest lead of the game for the Wildcats. Horton Tucker. Big 3 there from the freshman.
And a miscommunication breakdown there for Kansas State. Taylor Horton Tucker slips the ball screen, finds himself wide open.
Mayween trying to get position inside. Into Wade. This is a good matchup for Iowa State. Here comes the help. Barry Brown wide open. That'll go off of Snead. We saw a moment ago, Robbie, the miscommunication, but it was really Wade falling down. Take a look.
Now he's open. It's the right pass, and falling down, losing his balance a little bit. Obviously coming off a foot injury. Still trying to find his offensive rhythm. It's a tough guy to guard right there for him. Taylor Horton-Tucker, he can ball.
The freshman from Chicago, Illinois, averages almost 13 points per game. And here he comes for the Cyclones. 6-0 run the last 50 seconds.
This is the type of possession Kansas State gets themselves in trouble. Barry Brown has the basketball for the first 17 seconds of it before a pass is even made. Now they like to play at a slow tempo, but got to move that defense. And now just 5 seconds here on the under OB.
Stokes trying to get open. Corner three from Stokes, smothered, too long. It'll be Iowa State. No, it'll stay with Kansas State. I don't believe that touched the rim. Long from Stokes, so the shot clock stays at 2. This is going to have to be pretty much catch and shoot.
Michael Jacobson needs to be aware here. Garden Mayween has to be ready to help out on shooters.
Brown got it.
And again, an answer. Kansas State has had one all afternoon.
Off of Shayok, and this crowd is irate.
Well, Barry Brown making a play, just 2 seconds on the shot clock. I'm going to see him come off here. And again, the answer for Kansas State.
Wade looking for help. Stokes, nice feed to Mayween. In trouble underneath, jump ball. Nice play by Weiler Babb. Iowa State gets possession.
That helped defense for Iowa State swarming there. Let's take a look here at that last Iowa State possession. You see Mariel Shayok in the corner. This pass deflected. It'll be a jump ball situation. And there's a lot of bodies flying around in this game. It is not one for the weak.
Jacobson tries to keep it alive. Here comes Stokes. Splits a couple defenders. Stokes, contact, had it blocked by Horton-Tucker off of K-State.
Well, again, Taylor Horton-Tucker did a nice job of challenging this layup at the rim. Kamal Stokes going up. Nice hang time there. Good block there by the freshman.
Jacobson to the hoop. Oh, great move. Pump fake, gets an easy one.
He has improved so much from his time in Nebraska. Great rip and go right there. Gets right to the rim.
K-State so far has been able to silence this crowd. You talked about it. They keep answering. We have a foul, I believe, away from the ball. It's going to go on Shayok. That's his second of the game. Into Brown. Brown dancing. 6 to shoot. Snead into the lane. Handoff Mayween. Slapped away. Stays at this end.
Well, Michael Jacobson making a play for this Iowa State team. Has McCall Mayween out on the perimeter. Look at this drive. Right hand, head fake, good finish. We got a good one here in Ames.
One of the best defensive teams in the Big 12, one of the best defensive teams in the country. They lead Iowa State by 5. That guy right there, that's Chester Frazier, one of the assistant coaches for the Wildcats in his 7th season at Kansas State. Frazier played at Illinois, and he was a big-time defensive player. Robbie, does this bring back any bad memories?
I have nightmares about this guy. Chester Frazier could really guard. In my sophomore year, Bruce Weber, the first coach in the Big Ten to put a guard on me because I wasn't a very good post player, and I just couldn't get anything going against Chester Frazier. I know he can play defense, and obviously doing a nice job of teaching defense. Because like you said, Chucky, this Kansas State team, really good on the defensive end of the floor.
He still talks a little trash, too.
No, he always has talked a little bit of trash. That's his deal. Got a little chirp at you.
First foul by a Kansas State starter just a moment ago. Miss inside. Snead pulls down a nice rebound. K-State has a 4-on-3. Brown. Handoff Mayween. Again, the pump fake. He is fouled. I think it'll go against Jacobson.
I love that Barry Brown didn't settle there. Had the opportunity to take a pull-up jumper. Instead, got to the rim like we saw against West Virginia. Nice dump-off pass, McCall Mayween, and I know he head faked there, but that's the 3rd time we've seen him either bring it down or put it on the floor. His great size, just go right up with it. And now unable to make the Cyclones pay at the free throw line.
Mayween, a 70% free throw shooter, junior from West Valley City, Utah. Just 7 points per game. Just, you talked about it early on, the inconsistency. I need more from him on a nightly basis.
He just needs to play every game at the Sprint Center. He's amazing in that place. 29 against Kansas last year and a nice game. 15 against Vanderbilt earlier in the year. 0 points against Baylor. Just 6 minutes, was in foul trouble. Today he's been better, but had some opportunities at the basket. Just hasn't taken advantage.
Wigginton. Shayok in the corner. Contested 3. Mariel Shayok.
So many guys, when they head fake like that, take themselves out of rhythm. Not Mariel Shayok. Rising fire. That ball moves for Iowa State. Usually good things happen.
Snead trying to answer. Xavier Snead gets robbed. Wigginton for the tie. Wigginton!
Well, you knew it was just a matter of time for Lindell Wigginton. Only 3 field goal attempts today, but a monster 3. Tie game now. Lindell Wigginton showing up in Ames.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by 5-Hour Energy Shots. Get back to 100%.
Our halftime performance here in Ames. Another sellout crowd at Hilton Coliseum. They love the Cyclones. As Iowa State ranked number 20 right now, back to that national prominence after the win over Kansas a week ago. It's a 6-0 run for them. They've outscored Kansas State 14-5 this half.
They've got it going on the offensive end of the floor, but how about defensively? Kansas State has not scored in almost 3 minutes. Iowa State's defense done a nice job of contested shots, just like right there.
Wigginton passed up the 3. Freshman Halliburton, no. Horton Tucker puts it on the ground. Left hand too strong, and Snead pulls down the board. Stokes to Brown, corner 3, trying to go back in front.
Again, Kansas State with an answer. Iowa State goes on a run. We've seen the Wildcats done a nice job answering. Barry Brown going to get caught with his hands on Lindell Wigginton on that shot. Just a back and forth game. Iowa State gets a quality shot. Kansas State coming on the other way. The extra pass, Kamal Stokes. It's Barry Brown open, and again, As we've said all afternoon, the answer to Iowa State's run.
Wendell Wigginton hit the big three to tie it at 40, and then you see him aggressive on this next possession. Potentially, he's going to get going here.
Well, I like the fact that he hits the three, but didn't lose his mind. Had a good look from the perimeter, passed it off for an even better one. Tyrese Halliburton. Now, Halliburton doesn't knock down the shot, but so many times you see guys think they make one and it's heat check time. Wasn't the case there for Wigginton.
Dean Wade back to the scorer's table for Kansas State. Wildcats looking to push it back to a two-possession game. Stokes in trouble. Swing to Jada. Stockard looking for help. Poked away, almost lost it out of bounds. 4 to shoot.
Somebody's got to help him come get the ball.
Wigginton and Brown collide. It's going to be a foul on Lindell Wigginton.
Well, how fortunate is that for Kansas State? Shot clock at 2. Nobody coming to get the basketball from Levi Stockard. And yeah, there is contact there, but there's been a lot of contact all afternoon. We've seen plays very similar to that all day.
So the shot clock goes back to 20. Kansas State plenty of time. They're going to go a little big here with Wade and Stockard.
Yes, they are. And I should preface that we've seen plays like that all afternoon where it's been no calls.
Yeah.
And they're really a bailout for Kansas State.
Horton Tucker down there guarding Dean Wade. Back to Wade, top of the key, looking for Stockard. Brown step back, great defense on the contest, but Brown still knocks it down.
Man, just a tough shot. Pretty good defense there, Lindell Wigginton. And interesting to see here, Chucky. Dean Wade not really looking for his three-point shot. He's had opportunities to do so. Has been aggressive in the post when getting the basketball, and that call right there saves a bucket. Really fortunate again for Kansas State. Nice drive. Taylor Horton Tucker getting into the basket, and yeah, that's a block, but that was also going to be a dunk.
Timeout, Steve Prohm. They were in trouble inbounding the basketball. Nearly a 5-second call. Iowa State tied it at 40. Then a quick little 5-1 run for the Wildcats, and we'll take a break. 13 to play, second half. After we finish here, head over to ESPN 2 Eastern. Saturday Showcase rolls on. It's Zion and #1 Duke. They go to Tallahassee. It's the #13 Knowles in a sonic blockbuster. Catch it on the ESPN app as well. 15 to shoot for Iowa State. Wigginton, wraparound pass. Halliburton. That's twice Wigginton's found him wide open.
I mean, that is so elite. That is such a great pass. You get a wide open shot for Tyrese Halliburton. It's a shame it didn't go because, goodness, the degree of difficulty on that thing.
A couple missed threes have kept the top on this building. They're ready to go.
They've got good looks. Just haven't been able to knock them down at opportune times.
Wade back to Snead. Cartier-Jada, Euro. Dean Wade has it slapped away again. That's the second time that's happened down low.
Really a nice drive by Cartier-Jada. Iowa State's defense getting turned down on the ball screen. Kind of force that ball handler to the screen where your help is.
5 to shoot for Barry Brown. Tries to feed it to Stockard. 2 to shoot. Fader's going to be way short. Wigginton knocked down. Foul on Wade. Wade pleading that Shayok got him from behind. A lot of new faces on this Iowa State team. We talked about that, some transfers to freshmen, but I got to think, Robbie, K-State came in here last year. Dean Wade drops 34 in this building, and they beat Iowa State. I got to think that's on their mind.
Well, Dean Wade was the Cyclone killer last season, averaging 28 and also 5 assists, but trying to find his wind, trying to find his wings as we go forward here at Hilton.
is the moment you truly all been waiting for.
You can catch UFC, catch international soccer, and you can stream a lot of college basketball all season long on ESPN+. Start your free trial today by downloading the ESPN app or visiting ESPNplus.com. Not sure what I'd do without it during the week sometimes. A lot of exclusives on there as well. Kansas State up by 4 on Iowa State. Under 12 to play here in Ames, Iowa. Done a great job of keeping this crowd at bay. Every time you think Iowa State might be able to break through and take a lead, K-State has answered.
I like what Steve Prohm's doing there. A little 1-2-2 three-quarter court. Shot clock at 15 now. Got to do a better job containing the dribble than that. Barry Brown getting right to the basket. And no resistance at all. Michael Jacobson having to foul there to save a bucket.
Second on Jacobson. As Barry Brown heads to the line, 74.5% from the stripe this season. Just under 15 points per game. Talked earlier, coming off the 29 to lead the comeback against West Virginia. 6 steals. He is the career steal leader at K-State. This guy does it all for them.
When he's at his best, he's getting to the free throw line. You saw it against West Virginia. And last season got there about 5 times a game. This year, now it's getting better, and it helps when you go to the line 12 times in your last game, but he's now at about 3.5 a game. Want to see him continue to attack that rim.
He has 8 of the Wildcats' 11 points this half. Shayok. Long step inside, lost the handle. Kansas State ball.
That's about how this afternoon has gone for Mariel Shayok. This Kansas State defense has done a nice job containing him. 3 of 6 from the field, but just 7 points for a guy that's leading the conference in scoring.
Snead going into Wade. Got the big man Condit on him. Wade going to work. Pump fake, tried to shoot it up underneath the rim, though, and a miss.
That was terrific by the freshman. Stayed tall, made Dean Wade score over the top of him.
Xavier Snead erased that Mariel Shayok shot.
Xavier Snead, a really good two-way player. You're going to see George Condit doing a nice job staying straight up, making Dean Wade score over the top of him.
McGurl guarding Wigginton. Here comes Condit. Wigginton fader. Can't get the roll. Rebound Dean Wade. Cross McGurl. 18 versus West Virginia. No good there. Wade pulls it down. Dean Wade pointing, hey, let's reset it, and they do.
Wise play there by Cartier John to throw that basketball out, run some clock, get back into your offense. Offensive rebounds for Kansas State continue to be a story.
Brown misses inside. Dean Wade hasn't scored, but he does have 7 rebounds for the Wildcats. Weiler-Babb open for 3.
Just a terrific drive and dish by Tyrese Halliburton. Nick Weiler-Babb with the 3, and again, Hilton Coliseum coming to life.
Screen from Wade. Brown trying to feed it down there, deflected.
Iowa State, we knew they wanted to run and beat that Kansas State defense down the floor. How about the advanced pass and then allow your freshman to make a play for you? Sets that jump shot up. Really good transition offense for the Cyclones.
Lewin back in for Wade. 2 to shoot. They're not going to get it off again. It was just miscommunication. That's the 3rd shot clock violation of the game on Kansas State. Cyclones chance to tie or take the lead. Almost a turnover. Weiler-Babb corrals it. 8 to shoot. Wigginton in the corner. Has it swiped away. Loose ball. Sneed has it. Oh, man, might have got away with one.
Yes, he did. That was definitely a travel. Fans here, Iowa State letting them know.
Steve Prohm didn't say anything, but he took a stance that showed he was not happy. Stokes back in, 6 to shoot. Blocked by Condit. 2 to shoot. Stokes again. Off the mark. Nice block out by Condit. Here they come. Halliburton up top to the big man. Condit steps. One hand. Tied at 46.
Well, Iowa State has found something here, pushing the tempo. Transition offense, defense leading to offense. George Condit running the floor. .46-all, 8:27 here to play at Hilton Coliseum in Ames, Iowa. And been a physical game so far. We've seen a lot of bodies flying, a little bit uneven on the officiating front, you could say. But this has not been a game for the week, and both teams really getting after it on both ends of the floor.
Started physical from the tip, and we've seen possibly some of that physicality start to affect Kansas State offensively. Over 3 minutes without a field goal, 0 for their last 6. Sneed dropped it. Wigginton knocked down, and a foul called on Xavier Sneed, his first of the game.
George Condit did a terrific job right there, opening up on the back screen. Kansas State likes to run this play for a lob to Xavier Sneed. Just through the hands and really stopped the fast break. Not a bad foul.
Wigginton rising up. No good. Mayween rebounds. Stokes over to Brown. Kansas State today, it's been Stokes and Brown. Jada has 8. 10 to shoot for the Wildcats. Brown in trouble. Knocked away by Shayok and throws up a circus layup.
Well, not how Bruce Weber would draw it up, that's for sure. But what a heck of a finish by Barry Brown. Falling down, just gets it up to the backboard with the right amount of English, and it drops right through.
Tyrese Halliburton. Wigginton attacking. Scoops it up and in. Right back at you, Barry Brown.
That looks like the Lindell Wigginton we saw last season. The guy that can score in a number of ways. Getting to the basket. A nice finish right there by Lindell Wigginton.
Brown pulls up. Too strong. Rebound Wigginton. They haven't led since the 9:18 mark in the first half. Halliburton, extra pass. Weiler-Babb hesitates, still gets it. Stokes trying to answer. No, Weiler-Babb has the rebound. He's the first Cyclone in double figures with 11. Shayok on Stokes. A charge called on Mariel Shayok.
And Joe DeRosa going to say Mariel Shayok lowers that shoulder. There you see Shayok saying that's a flop, ref. We'll take another look. Stokes moving the feet. And you see that arm extend. That's an easy call for the official and a good call by Joe DeRosa.
Stokes pulls up. Good look. Way off the mark. Mayween battling for it. Condit. 3-point lead for the Cyclones. Wigginton fouled by Jota.
And a smart play by Wigginton there. One of the hardest things in basketball to do. Close out to a shooter and contain him. Wigginton understanding that, ripping and going, drawing contact, getting the call.
Dean Wade back in, Stokes off. Wigginton to the hoop, over Wade. Too strong, Condit comes in! Jota trying to silence the crowd. No good, here comes Wigginton. They've got numbers. Shayok, left-handed. Bruce Weber needs a timeout.
Iowa State doing a nice job playing through Lindell Wigginton. Here you see him getting right where he wants, right to the basket. But how about George Condit? The freshman having a huge impact in today's game. And then a little transition offense. Tough finish, Mariel Shayok. Maybe some steps there. I'm going to say he was bobbling that basketball, but this has been an impressive run. 14-2 run over the last 5-12. And Iowa State has made 4 of their last 5 field goals.
Sports Center tonight at 11 p.m. on ESPN. John Anderson, Kenny Mayne bring it to you. Complete post-game coverage from Colts and Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium, plus top moments and all the reaction from the playoff clash between the Cowboys and Rams. What you must see and hear from Thunder Spurs facing off Saturday night. Sports Center tonight after UFC main event on ESPN and the ESPN app. Down 7, hostile environment. What's Bruce Weber saying to his club right now?
You got to generate better shots. They've really relied on Barry Brown to do a little bit of everything here the last couple possessions. And if you're Kansas State, you got to get ball movement. You see so often where they hold the basketball so deep in the shot clock, and then they depend on guys like Barry Brown come out, Stokes to go and make a play. If I'm Bruce Weber, I'm drawing something up for Barry Brown. Early in the shot clock, pick and roll, let him get downhill, get to the basket, let your senior make a play.
Wade stays on for K-State. Two bigs, Mayween and Wade, then Jota, McGurl, Brown. K-State 5 of 22 in the second half. Brown has 4 of those makes. Here is Barry Brown driving over Condit. That is a tough shot.
Love the action. You move the defense, then bring Barry Brown off for a DHO dribble handoff action. Let him get downhill and let your senior make a play.
Lindell Wigginton has been a crucial part of this offense. Only has 6 points, but he's been so aggressive. They're really feeding him the ball right now.
They've really played through him. They've allowed him to make plays, and you're going to have to do it here. Shot clock winding down again.
Here's Wigginton. Falls down the lane. 2 to shoot. Behind the back to Halliburton. Off the side of the backboard. And they wanted a foul on Wigginton's drive.
Lindell Wigginton does trip. Gets downhill, gets in the paint again. He's lived there in the second half. And you see he does definitely trip over the foot of Cartier Jota.
Big chance for K-State, down 5. Brown for 3. Rebound Condit, they're going to push it. Halliburton, Shayok to his right. Shayok to the lane, blocked by Sneed. Iowa State inbound underneath. It'll take us to our final media timeout. Don't go anywhere. Iowa State trying to stay undefeated in Ames.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Phillips 66, proud sponsor of Big 12 basketball.
ESPN Plus, home to thousands of college basketball, international soccer, UFC matchups. You can always find something to watch on ESPN Plus any time of day. Bunch of exclusives on there as well. Iowa State looking to stay undefeated at Hilton Coliseum this season. They're 8-0. They had the big win over Kansas a week ago. Look at these second half stats. Barry Brown and McCall Mayween, the only two to score for K-State, and Mayween only has 3.
Well, unfortunately for Kansas State, it's been the opposite of what happened in West Virginia game. First half, really good offense. Second half, it's been a struggle. 25% from the field, 10% from 3. And I am sure we're going to see a heavy dose of Lindell Wigginton ball screen action. Spread your shooters around and let your sophomore make plays.
Weiler bad. Inside, hands off to Condit, and fouled on his way up. Might have been looking for a pass. That's Shayok in the corner. It'll go against McCall Mayween. That's his second. Condit to the line, 1-1.
George Condit, not a guy that's played a ton of minutes. Really big moment for him here. It's played really well today. You see the season averages. See what he's got from the free throw line with some pressure.
No good from the freshman. K-State still down 5. They've got to find a way to score. Barry Brown, tough layup. He is just a magician in the lane.
He's so good at getting to the basket, but if you're Marial Shayok, it just can't happen. You got to make him use the ball screen. No help on that baseline. Barry Brown understanding that, turning the ball screen down, getting to the paint.
Weiler Babb looking for help. Wigginton, you see how tight Brown is. He knows Wigginton's not afraid to rise up into Condit and had to adjust, but gets it to go.
Well, they are so concerned about Lindell Wigginton, they forget about the roller. George Condit, help side defense, nowhere to be found.
5 of the last 7 have gone for Iowa State. Condit keeps adding to his career high. He has 9. Brown pulling out all the tricks. Off the mark and off of K-State. And we had the referees came together. Joe DeRosa and Craig Murley came together and reversed the call. So it'll be Kansas State basketball. Big break for the Wildcats. Wade trying to feed it to Brown. They're denying him the ball. Wade's going to take it inside. First bucket of the game's a big one for Dean Wade.
And what a moment for him to come out and make a play. You got a freshman guard and you're taking advantage. And when you catch a break, you got to do something with it. Not a popular call here at Ames, but Dean Wade going out there making a play.
Let's take a look at if this was correct or not. Originally, they gave it to Iowa State.
Yeah, that's actually it's going to be unpopular here, but that's a good call. That looks like that goes off George Condit's hand. So Kansas State getting a second chance here. Dean Wade hits the freshman with a little hesitation to go. Gets downhill. And just like that, Kansas State has, this is a 1-possession game with 2 minutes to play.
So Dean Wade, after missing 6 games, comes in today. That was his first bucket. He's 1 for 5, just 2 points, but 7 rebounds. It's been pretty good defensively for them. We were talking in one of the breaks. This is a very positive thing for Kansas State, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, you're getting a guy back that's the preseason player of the year in the conference. So even though he hasn't looked to score as much as maybe you'll see in the coming weeks, he's still a guy that you know he can spread the floor. You know he can make shots. You're creating driving lanes for your guards, especially Barry Brown, Xavier Sneed, guys that want to get to the basket. It's been a little gun shy, but right there showing you the ability, shaking the rust off a little bit and making a big time play.
Dean Wade, part of a trio of seniors who were the first in K-State history to eclipse the 1,000-point mark. Stokes did it a few games ago against George Mason in Manhattan. Of course, Brown and Wade were already there. Kansas State started 0-2 in the league play. Then the big win over West Virginia. Now trying to take Iowa State to the wire and steal one on the road. Shayok. Jacobson trying to get position. Shayok right back to Jacobson. 5 to shoot. Weiler-Babb pull up. Rebound Sneed.
Just excellent defense by Kansas State there. Dean Wade playing the pick and roll so well. Nothing there for Iowa State, and Nick Weiler-Babb has to force up a tough one.
Brown and Wade, pick and roll. Sneed feeding Dean Wade. It's Jacobson guarding. Brown fumbled it. 4 to shoot. Got to get something off. Brown had Wade and missed him. Ridiculously tough shot, no good. That was not what you wanted. He missed Wade.
And Bruce Weber telling Barry Brown from the sideline, you had Dean Wade wide open in the corner on the pick and pop.
And we'll see if it costs him.
Plenty of time. Got to get a stop if you're Kansas State. And if you're Iowa State, like it's been the last 5 minutes, it's Lindell Wigginton time.
Wigginton, corner 3, Weiler-Babb, no good. Wade pulled down the rebound, and here comes Barry Brown.
That did everything but go in. That's a great look and a terrific play.
Brown downhill, blocked by Lindell Wigginton.
See Barry Brown getting to the basket. Lindell Wigginton, great job staying in the play.
Brown in the corner.
He's missed Dean Wade a couple times. They've really cleared that side out. Dean Wade going to have the whole side if he wants it.
Brown hesitation on Jacobson. Tough shot. He is fouled and will go to the line for 2.
Late shot clock situation. Iowa State switching ball screens. So Barry Brown making the right play right there. He's got the mismatch with Michael Jacobson. A good job there of being physical, grinding out the big guy, drawing contact, going to the line.
Barry Brown just tying his shoes under the hoop. Maybe a nice little rest for Barry Brown, too.
Catch your breath. That move right there by the senior.
He's only played 35 minutes tonight.
The guy that's played in 120 straight games for Kansas State, an Iron Man.
Hasn't missed a game since he stepped on campus. Big first free throw for Brown. It's a game high 20 for him. Crowd doing everything they can, but Brown gets it to go. So Sean Neal Williams will come in defensively for Cartier Jada.
You look across the board. This Iowa State team, the best free throw shooting team in the conference. Outside of Michael Jacobson, a lot of good options for Iowa State to throw the basketball to. Lindell Wigginton, 78% of the season.
And remember, Kansas State doesn't have any timeouts. So they're going to have to get it and go, regardless of what happens here at the line.
That's okay. Even if Wigginton makes both these free throws, you still don't need a 3. But you got a great option. Barry Brown can push the basketball. Dean Wade, a guy. Look out for drag, screen, and pops. Has not made a three on the day today, but certainly a dangerous option. Expect Iowa State to switch all ball screens, though.
Wade rebounds. Here comes Barry Brown, 10 to shoot. Brown into the lane, up, good! 5 seconds to play.
I'm going to let him play.
Lindell Wigginton. Wigginton, top shot for the win. No! Kansas State steals one in Ames. Barry Brown for the second straight time, Robbie, comes up big for the Wildcats.
Making plays for this Kansas State offense. They go on a 6-0 run over the last 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Barry Brown, phenomenal. You see him, he gets by Lindell Wigginton. Then how about the body control to get right to the basket and make the biggest play of the game for Kansas State?
Kansas State started the league 0-2. They go down by 21 to West Virginia. They come back and win on the road in Ames, one of the best teams in the conference so far, and they win it.
This is going to be one. Lindell Wigginton, watch back. Opportunities at the free throw line to make this a three-point game, and now it's winning time for Barry Brown. And again, turning the ball screen down, getting right into the paint. And Steve Prohm, this is a coach's discretion thing. For him, a lot of times you call timeout. That defense now has the ability to set themselves. What a finish. And how about that guy right there, Barry Brown, making monster plays, 23 points here in the win today.
Kansas State steals one on the road for Eric Swearingen, Jeff Montoni, my partner Robbie Hummel, and our entire fantastic crew. On to the studio we go, Chris Cotter and Jordan Fournette. So long, everyone, from Ames.
Wow, what a finish it